Today, it's France versus Spain in the FIFA Men's World Cup semifinals. France, of course, the #1 ranked team in the world, but Spain isn't far behind in third. And tomorrow, #2 Argentina takes on #4 England. Let's bring in CBS News correspondent Nicole Valdes, who's in Atlanta, where England and Argentina will play tomorrow. All right, so Nicole, today's matchup, we've got a couple of football giants playing on the pitch. What can we expect to see?
Hey, Kelly, good morning. I think that a lot of people have their eye on this match, right? France versus Spain. It is going to be an incredible matchup there and likely a tough match for both teams, right? We've seen some incredible performance and star powers on both the France side and the Spain side. Of course, France has the names you can't forget, like Mbappe, but it's not just him that's going to be carrying this team. They have an insane front line. And really what we've seen is that anyone on that front line can score a goal. So that's going to be something that a lot of people are looking out for. Meanwhile, Spain, they have a midfield that has certainly have some of the best in the game. So you're going to want to watch for their performance as well, trying to fend off these goals from France. Overall, of course, we know that the winner of today's match, it's happening in Dallas, will move on to the finals in New York this weekend. And tomorrow we'll then be transitioning our focus to that Argentina match here against England, which will certainly be another one to watch.
So, Nicole, as you know, Mbappe and Lionel Messi are tied in the Golden Boot race, but Messi has more career World Cup goals. What kind of records are we going to see in these semifinal matches?
I know it's painful for you to say that.
It is very painful.
Vlad. So, look, I mean, yes. I think overall we know, right? I mean, Messi's career is undeniable. We know that he has 21 goals. That's across 6 World Cups. So an incredible record there, not one to be looked over. But when you look at Mbappe and compare the two, he has hit that 19-goal mark in just 3 World Cups. So the pace that he's able to score these goals has been impressive. And I think what fans can expect to see really in these next 2 matches is both of these stars continuing to add on to their goals to try to secure that golden boot. We were just talking about, Elizabeth Campbell and I, that it's rare that you typically see, you know, these players actually hit double digits of goals in a single World Cup. But knowing where they are at this point, it could very well be possible by either the semifinals, the end of these 2 matches, or by the final round, depending on who makes it through.
And fair point, though, you know, this is a longer, you know, with a round of 32, so more opportunity to play and rack up those goals. All right, so you're in Atlanta for England versus Argentina. Is tomorrow going to be a case of, hey, Jude, or Messi, Messi, Messi? Your producer, Elizabeth Campbell, has me rooting for Hey Jude for England. But what are you expecting?
My wife, Marion, is also rooting for Hey Jude just because he's, like, I guess, the hottest guy in soccer now that Holland has left the field. I don't know. What?
What are we expecting?
I told her he's only 23, Marion.
That came out of Vlad's mouth, everyone. Vlad said that. Look, I got to point out that Campbell's wearing her 3 Lions hat right now. But look, I think overall, both teams have an incredibly, you know, loyal fan base. So I think we're going to hear both of those chants, right? I think it's good for Jude coming in hot right now because of his performance in that last match where they made their way to the semifinals. So I think that a lot of people are looking forward to cheering him on. But you cannot forget just how deep-rooted these Argentina fans are. People are pouring into Atlanta from all across the world to cheer on both of these countries. So I would expect to hear both of them maybe even competing at some point in the stadium, because certainly these are, again, we just talked about, these are the top 4 teams that have made it to the semifinals. It is almost rare, if you will, that, you know, the top-ranked teams are now the 4 left that are fighting for a chance at the winner go home, I mean, the final, the chance at the World Cup. That is a major thing for these fans and, of course, these teams.
All right, Nicole Valdes, really appreciate it.
Okay, this morning we're hearing from U.S. soccer star Folarin Balogun about the controversial red card. He made headlines by becoming the first American men's player to score multiple goals in a World Cup match since 1930. Then a red card, which means an automatic 1-game suspension, was wiped from his record ahead of the match against Belgium. The suspension was put on hold after President Trump spoke to the head of FIFA, asking him to review the controversial call. Earlier this morning, we spoke with Flo on CBS Mornings about the moment he learned he could play.
My initial reaction was, you know, I was happy to be back in the team.
Yeah.
But when I kind of started to reflect, I knew it was going to cause a lot of controversy. And I could almost see within my teammates a bit of nerves because it's something that's so unique. But the closer we got to the game, I tried to just focus as best as I could.
Yeah.
But it was difficult, you know, a lot of outside noise, and that's hard to avoid.
So as you know, the U.S. Lost to Belgium in the round of 16, but Balogun says he felt the team was still able to unite the country and that we will see him again in 4 years for the next Men's World Cup. He's got such a great backstory, too. Like, he was born here in the United States on a technicality, but makes him an American citizen, according to the Supreme Court. His mom was trying to get on a flight home, and the airline said he can't fly, so she had him here in New York City.
We're going to claim him.
Became a United States citizen, grew up most of his life in England. His parents are originally from Nigeria, so he could have played, I guess, for either England, the U.S., or Nigeria, and he chose us. So love
I
that.
like it.